Hey, everybody, warmer days are upon us. That means a few things. Evals may be here. You might be looking at spring hockey, you might be even looking forward to summer hockey. You know, when it gets to the off season, I always like to present you with alternative options to just being on the ice all the time because you deserve a break too. And what we do in my house for my son, who's a goalie, and my daughter, who's a skater, is use NHL Sense Arena, our title sponsor, as many of you know. And they just launched a new goalie mindset training with Pete Fry, which is all about building composure, focus, and emotional control that goalies need in big moments. And then for the skaters, they've really updated Dangle Pro with full ice scanning. So now you're not just standing still stick handling in isolation. You're handling the puck while scanning, making reads, and training your awareness like you would in a real game. And again, this uses mixed reality. So you're actually stick handling with your real stick and a puck. You can see it around virtual objects. It's super fun and it's super nuts. We shared some videos with that. I wish I had that as a kid. Check these deals out. They're offering 50% off an annual plan compared to paying monthly. Plus, you get a free hockey training ball, a free green biscuit, and free shipping on that. Or if you go all in with a 2-year subscription, you can get a new MetaQuest 3S headset for $100. That's $900 in savings. I have never seen them offer the headset for that price. So if that's what's been holding you up, this is the time to get it because it all is going to add up. All right. Head to nhl.sensearena.com/OKPH and use the promo code OKPH to save an additional $25 on top of the offers I've already mentioned. We have always loved NHL Sense Arena's belief in us and what we do as a show, and we always appreciate your belief in us as well. This is a great deal. Go check it out. And as always, enjoy this episode of Our Kids Play Hockey. Hello, hockey skaters and goalies around the world, and welcome to another edition of the Ride to the Rink. You may very well be riding to the rink to go towards an evaluation or tryout today. Hopefully, it's a few weeks before, maybe a few weeks after, but we want to talk to you kids specifically today about how to approach an evaluation or a tryout because we know this can churn up a lot of different emotions, excitement, fear, being ready to go, being maybe I'm not good enough. There's a lot of different things that can happen this time of year. And Mike and I are here today just to, hey, calm you down, let you know how you should be going into these evals and making sure that you're really just giving the absolute best that you have, because that's what you should be doing every day, right? So, Mike, why don't we just start with this, like a little bit of a date? Maybe it's 24, 48 hours before an eval. What are some of the things the kids at home should be doing to make sure that they are just starting to be prepared?
Yeah, listen, I think a lot of it is the same as you would prepare for another event in your hockey life, right? Making sure your equipment is all set to go. Make sure your helmet is, there's no screws missing on your helmet. Making sure that you're thinking about a little bit ahead of time, like, oh boy, is this happening during? A lot of evaluations are happening during other sports startup seasons, right? So, do you have lacrosse practice or baseball practice, or is there something else going on that might interfere with your ability to get ready for this other evaluation? So just take a quick, checklist and look and say, okay, equipment's good, my timing's good, my nutrition's good, I'm going to be able to get some sleep, and I'm going to be prepared for making a positive impact when I walk into this evaluation.
Yeah, kids, I am going to give you a little tiny bit of a scare here that I have seen kids show up drastically unprepared for evaluations, meaning they did not eat well. They did not really care about their equipment. And it shows. And I'm not saying that that's a sure thing. You're not going to make the team you want to make or anything like that. But I have seen kids not make the team they want to make because of that. So this is the easiest thing to do is just as Mike said, is your gear ready? Are you physically ready? Are you eating and sleeping correctly? Those are the easiest things to do to prepare. If you have a very nonchalant, like, I don't really care attitude, it may show. All right. Now, I'll also reiterate too, Mike, that these are things you should be doing every time you take the ice,
right?
Not just evals. Now, this is kind of a fresh start. Evals are always the fresh start, right? New season, new people, even though it takes place at the end of another season. But maybe make sure you get that checklist going now, get that part of it. Now, that's the preparation, right? Keeping in mind too that there's a mental side of this, right? Kids, I don't want you to have too much anxiety over an eval, over what team you're going to make, because at the end of the day, that anxiety is not going to assist you too much on the ice. There can be a want and a need and a desire to do the best you can, but that's not anxiety. If it's going to push you to do the best you can, loosen you up, like, that's not a bad thing. I hope you understand what I'm saying, the difference between being motivated and being anxious. Okay. But you don't want to go into an eval scared. All right. Again, you don't want to be feeling something. You want to care. All right. Maybe that is a little bit of anxiety, but you want to care about what you're doing. But mentally, you've got to be able to tell yourself, and this is true, kids. You've been doing this all season, right? You've been playing all year. Just go out there and do the absolute best you can do mentally. That's the way you got to go into it. I'm not even talking about the on ice stuff yet, kids. You got to get up and go to this rink thinking, I'm ready to play hockey today because I love playing hockey and I'm going to have a great time out here. All right. And keep telling yourself that. There's a saying, fake it till you make it. If you're having a lot of negative feelings, first off, acknowledge those feelings. Like, don't ignore them. Acknowledge that you're having those feelings. And then start telling yourself positive things. I'm going to do the best I can. I believe in myself. That's what I'm saying. Your brain may say to you, like, that doesn't sound right. That's okay. Keep telling yourself the positive messages. This is all before you get to the rink, right? Remember, you love playing this game. And eval's no different. You should still love being out there and having fun. It's a little different. It's a little different in terms of the format, but it's hockey at the end of the day, right, Mike?
Yeah, and the coaches that I listen to the most, the coaches that I follow, and the coaches that I really respect and would follow as an athlete and as a coach is just control the controllables. You can control, your attitude. You can control your equipment being packed. You can control what you eat, driving to the evaluation. If you're going to, go to Taco Bell and eat a couple of burritos, and all of a sudden the second half of the tryout, you're getting off the ice because your stomach's churning. You can control that kind of stuff. Like, there's so many things. You can make sure you're hydrated. You can make sure that, when you walk in the rink, you're driving that little conversation. You come in, look the coach in the eye. Depending on your age, even at 8, 9 years old, do your check-in. Go in. Hey, I'm so-and-so. I'm checking in. And your mom and dad don't need to do that. Like, that's a really great sign for a coach that there's a mature player that wants to be here and is so energized about being. Show a little bit of that personality and show that coach that you can't wait to go on the ice and perform for them.
Yeah, kids, look, the best evals I ever had as a kid, and this is including probably in the minors and like teams that you can definitely get cut from, I went in confident and loose, but with a little bit of an edge in the sense of, man, I'm really going to work hard today. Not what if I don't make this team? You can't be thinking that way, right? But I went in confident, loose, ready to play my best hockey with determination. Those are, I think, are the right mental states you need to be in. Parents, if you're listening, you play a role in this too. It's not just about make sure you work harder than the other kids. Don't even focus on the other kids. Just make sure you're focused on you, doing the best that you can. Now, another note for you kids when you get on the ice. This is an important one, kids, and we're giving you some big hints here. Do not try and be something you're not on the ice. If you are not a dangler and dangle around 7 kids, do not think doing 12 toe drags out there is going to impress the coach. First off, you're probably not going to succeed at them because it's not something that you're great at, and it doesn't look right. We can tell that you're trying too hard. Be the best version of you. If you're a great skater, skate. If you're a goal scorer, score, but also make sure that that coaches know you can move the puck. If you're a playmaker, show that off. If you have a high hockey IQ, you defenseman, show it up. Be great with what you're great at and be a great team player as well. Don't try and be something you're not. Okay? I'm going to tell you this right now, that coaches, good coaches, if you make 5 toe drags at the blue line and get all 5, let's say you make all 5 of them, what I see is that's a liability if you lose the puck at the blue line. Now, when I see a kid that I know can toe drag, I know can make a move, protect the puck, and skate by a defenseman at the blue line, to me, that's IQ points because I know what you can and cannot do. Be the best version of you. Do not be something you're not. Okay? Do not try things at evals that you've never tried before. That's not the time to do it. You should be doing that at practice all year, right, to try and get better. But, Mike, your thoughts on this, right? You just be the best version of you.
Yeah, I think by doing that, you just are going to exude a level of confidence that everyone will see. And I think, that just goes, along the line, how you act on the bench, how you are in a negative play, the hands go up if you don't get a pass, or the body language you're presenting when you're on the ice or on the bench or getting ready to go on the ice. During warm-ups, if there's a specific warm-up, don't go out and do your own thing and all of a sudden, try to stand out in a way that's like a showboat way, or or a way that's going to embarrass another teammate or embarrass yourself. Just be, go in and think about it as a time for you, just to, hey, this is what I'm good at. This is what I love doing. I'm just going to work as hard as I always do. That's why I'm here. And then if you're trying to elevate yourself from like a B team to an A team, or an A team to a double A team, or you're coming into a new organization, again, the more steady player, the more player that does the consistent things at the right time, those are the players that will get noticed. And then they'll have a little time for a little flash. There'll be time, I'm sure, at the end of practice, they'll do, maybe at the end of the tryouts, they'll do a 3-on-3, or they'll do a breakaway contest, or they'll do something where you could add a little bit of your flash in. But on a regular, 2-day evaluation, it's not advantageous to try to stand out in a way that you're not capable of standing out.
Well, and I'm gonna add on to that.
It wins the race.
Yeah, sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to cut you off. That
No.
You're absolutely right. And the other side of this, kids, that I hear a lot is position. I've got to play center. I've got to play left wing.
Right.
Look, I'm all about you being comfortable. Like, I was very comfortable at center. That's where I wanted to be. Kids, I get it. But I'm telling you right now, when I'm watching an eval and I see two kids fighting to play center, that's not what I want to see. You know what I want to see is a kid who goes, I'll play left wing, right wing, center, defense. I will play wherever you want me to be. Don't lock yourself so much into a position that you can't play anywhere else. Okay? Again, I want you to be comfortable, and I want you to be in the position that you're comfortable in. Don't get me wrong. All right? But if there's a situation where there's too many centers, go play left wing. Go play right wing. Show the coach you're versatile. All right? Go play D. All right? Find a way to show that. Goalies, you just play in net. That's your job right there. Do your best in net to be a great teammate there. All right. Although I have seen goalies do both the tryouts, skate out and stay in the net. Kids, it's just so important that you show up with the right attitude, that you show up ready to go, you show up confident, you show up ready to do what you need to do for the team. I'll tell you a quick story in closing, and then Mike, I'll let you have kind of the last word. Skating was always one of my strong suits. And I remember, I think it was one of my bantam years. They were just doing line skates to see how fast you could go, or I guess just see how your skating was. And I remember this is my drill, right, Mike? I'm the skater. I'm going to beat everybody. And I'll never forget, they said go, or the whistle blew. And I don't know if I don't know what happened, but I fell down. And I got up. This is a skating drill. And I just went as hard as I could. As hard as I absolutely could. And I stopped on the goal line at the end of the drill. I looked up, and I was first. Somehow I was skated so hard that I was able to fall down and get ahead of these kids. And I remember the coach telling me, that's the moment I picked you. That because of that. It wasn't a skill drill. It wasn't even the scrimmage. He goes, when I saw that effort, that's when I knew I wanted you on my team. Right? All the stuff I did to prepare for that tryout, all of the studying, all the things I did to be a great hockey player, it was my effort on a drill that I made a mistake that is what put me over the edge to make that team. All right? So, kids, that stuff matters. All right. I could have just given up on that drill and said, I'm not going to win this one. It had nothing to do with winning the drill. It had everything to do with I got to go as hard as I can. All right. And I was very thankful that I had the speed at that time of my life, Mike, to make that happen. But it's a true story, kids. All right. And I'll guarantee you, every one of you will make a mistake at a tryout. It is 100% going to happen. Right. It's how you respond to it. I think coaches see that, Mike. Any thoughts on that?
Well, in that same thought process, I mean, talk to mom and dad and understand, like, post evaluation, post tryout,
right?
Get off the ice. Like, think about the way you're taking the news. Think about the way you're taking making it or not making it, because the hockey world gets smaller and smaller and smaller as you get older and older and older. And the opportunity to run into the same people, the same coaches, the same program will happen over. So if you don't make a program, you gotta take it in a way that's not going to put you in a really negative light. If you make the program, don't put it in a way where a coach is going to regret selecting you. Think about, like, when you get off that ice, be in a good state of mind, be in a compassionate state of mind for other people around you that maybe weren't as lucky as you for making a team. But also remember, if you don't make the program, or you have a bad tryout, you have a bad evaluation, it's one in, I hope, many, many, many evaluations you're going to have. And everything you can do to learn from those little examples in life will ultimately help you in no matter what you end up doing, a pro hockey player or a pro accountant.
Yeah, and Mike, I'll say this too. Just you made me think here. Kids, if you make the team you want to make, that's fantastic. If you don't, I'm not going to sit here and tell you not to feel bad or be hurt about that. All right, it hurts when you don't make the team you want to. My question to you is, what are you going to do about it? All right, great example is I've got a kid right now. I'm thinking of right now did not make the team he wanted to make. So made a team below what he wanted to make. He has been an absolute leader and rock on that team. He's leading the team in scoring. He's almost leading the league in scoring. All right. He's been a great teammate to all of his teammates. And he could have complained. He could have absolutely complained that I don't belong here. I believe I belong on a higher team. He's showing everybody why he belongs on that other team while being a great teammate. That's an accountable young man. And I'm proud of him. Right. He's doing what he needs to do to show what he needs to show. And he took that hit the right way. All right. Do not be the kid that complains and blames everybody else and says, this is not fair. This is not right. You deal with the hand you're given. You be accountable with that hand, and you be the best teammate, the best player you can be, and grow and learn. Some of the best seasons I have ever had, both growth and as a player, have been when I didn't make the team I wanted to make. And I felt horrible when I didn't make it. I'm not telling you kids to jump up and down if you don't make the team you want to make. I am telling you that you got to deal with the hand you've been dealt. All right. And it says a lot more about who you are as a person by how you react to that, good or bad. All right. And with that said, I hope all of your dreams come true. I really mean that, kids. All right. I want you to put the work in, put the time in. And remember that no eval, no tryout is the defining moment of your life. Okay. There's not one ice session that's going to define you. You define you by the body of work you put out there over 365 days, over each season, each day as a person, and how you're choosing to grow as a player. Be accountable, be smart, be strong, be on top of your game. Mike, any final thoughts?
No, that's it.
All right. Kids, remember, wherever you're at on your hockey journey, we believe in you. You should too. Have fun, skate hard. We'll see you on the next Ride to the Rink. Take care, kids. Best of luck to you.